Hey guys, how's it going? This is the video that I've been quite excited to make. It's the Game Boy Light repair video. I'm starting this on the 14th of December and I would like to post this on the 25th, so we'll see how it goes. The reason why I'm starting it so early is because there might be some stuff that I need to order, like some replacement capacitors and stuff. Got some batteries in here. As you can see, it just doesn't turn on at all. I've got some replacement parts already. I've got some replacement lenses, like lens caps for it and stuff. I've also got some replacement membranes and whatnot if I need them. Without any further ado, let's just crack it open.
One, two, three, funk it.
Okay, so turning it over and things do not look promising at all. There's a lot of corrosion going on. I'm not entirely sure yet how severe this is going to be. It does look quite damaged if I'm honest with you, so I'm not too hopeful, but we'll see how cleaned up we can get it. So just for the record, I've cleaned up the membranes and they don't look too bad now. They were a little bit covered in that corrosion, so that's not too great, but now they're all cleaned. I've also wiped the board down a bit with a bit of rubbing alcohol. I've got the soldering iron out, so I'm going to go over a couple of points. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so it's been a couple of days since I was last taking this apart, and I've had quite a lot of issues. I'm actually in a Skype call right now with a YouTuber called SJM, is it 4306?
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah, put his link in the description. He does like loads of teardown videos and stuff. And it's now 20 past 12 in the UK and we are still at it. This is pretty much just a conclusion. I need to go to bed. Anyway, without taking this apart and showing you what I've done, I will do that later on. But just to basically explain what we've done, we, long story short, did a load of kind of debugging to try and work out what was actually not working with this thing. As I mentioned, there was quite a bit of corrosion all around the board, so there was a possible like broken trace, but what we actually ended up doing was desoldering this little chip here, which is called the DC-DC unit, and that is usually sitting just about here. Now this is a Game Boy Pocket, and you'll notice the DC-DC board is actually missing. What we did was we desoldered the one from the pocket and soldered it onto here. And do you want to give him a little explanation of why we did that?
So the Game Boy takes 3 volts from the battery and steps it up to 5 volts that powers everything in the unit. And so we weren't getting a 5 volt output even though we were inputting 3 volts into the module. So that told us that probably the converter's dead. And luckily the Game Boy Pocket uses very similar components to the Light. So all we did was remove the converter board on the Pocket, stuck it in the Light, and tested it. And once we shorted the wires on the switch to keep it permanently shut, everything started working, sort of, with some caveats, if you want to explain.
That's what we're going to do now. So there's a couple of things which we still need to kind of work out, whether or not this is actually going to work ever, or if we're just going to call it a day and leave it. But as you can see, there's some dodgy ass wires sticking out. That's what he was talking about. We've soldered wires directly onto points on the power switch, like test points on the power switch. My power switch actually pretty much fell out, so we kind of assumed at that point that it didn't work. But if I go ahead and just stop talking and put some batteries in, you will notice that it does actually turn on, which is quite surprising. You'll notice as well that the screen is pretty wrecked. You can just use a Gameboy Pocket screen and take out the reflective film at the back. I have a perfectly working screen here, so I'll be sorting that out later on, if we can actually get this to work, that is. So you're wondering, oh, well, it's displaying the Nintendo logo, why doesn't it just work? Well, allow me to demonstrate with FIFA. If you just pop the game in, and then pop the battery in, you'll notice it just switches off.
Yep.
And then it just kind of goes through the circuit. It's quite hard to see, but it constantly just has Nintendo scrolling down, but it's really, really dim each time. And the contrast dial is now redundant and doesn't do anything.
Are you sure that's just not the game?
So we'll try it with a copy of Super Mario Land here. And put the battery in. Oh my god, it works!
Well, there you go.
What? Oh god, it does not look beautiful.
Is it graphical glitches?
Yeah.
It's the cartridge connector.
Are you sure?
Yeah, one of the pins is, or a couple of the pins are intermittent, so it's loading kind of bad graphical tiles.
So it is actually that cartridge connector. So this is actually going to be now, it's split up into two parts. As you can see, we've now gotten this far. So what we're going to do is start this next part in part 2. So that's pretty much it from both of us. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.